Battle Through the Heavens Episode 170, the entire Central Plains is once again shaken, because the Soul Palace has finally launched a full-scale assault on Xingyun Pavilion. At this critical moment, Xiao Yan reaches a brand new realm, Dou Sheng, the saint level that countless strong men dream of but never attain. The instant his aura surges, every powerhouse nearby trembles in awe. After his earlier breakthrough to 9-turn Dou Zun, Xiao Yan's power had already skyrocketed. But when he unleashed his 5-colored fire lotus, he even managed to severely wound the Bone Nether Saint, a semi-saint expert from the Soul Palace. Later, with Yao Lao and a semi-saint from the Gu clan arriving in support, the Bone Nether Saint could only flee in humiliation. Victorious and unscathed, Xiao Yan and his allies departed from the desolate, ancient domain. This time, Xiao Yan was without a doubt the biggest winner. Under the Bodhi tree, he not only gained deep enlightenment, but even absorbed the Bodhi's spiritual essence into his own body. Something almost no one could ever hope to do. And that's not all, he obtained 11 pure Bodhi seeds, each one a treasure beyond compare. Just one Bodhi seed can help a peak Dou Zun expert take that final step into the semi-saint realm, an effect so precious that countless experts would kill each other for it. But perhaps what pleased Xiao Yan most was that his longtime rival, Han Yu, returned empty-handed from the ancient domain. After all that scheming and hardship, the soul race gained nothing this time, while Xiao Yan walked away with everything. After returning to Xingyun Pavilion, Xiao Yan and his companions finally rested for 7 days, recovering from the exhaustion of their recent trials. If not for the Bodhi seed he carried, which helped awaken his consciousness, they might have been trapped in illusions forever, turned into mere puppets. Though his harvest was immense, Xiao Yan didn't rush to refine the Bodhi mind. He knew this was something that required absolute focus. One mistake, and all his efforts would go to waste. During this time, Yao Lao personally refined a Bodhi pill for Xiao Yan. Deeply moved, Xiao Yan thanked his master with utmost sincerity. Yao Lao told him to enter seclusion to refine the Bodhi mind, promising to take care of Xingyun Pavilion and the Yanmeng. But before Xiao Yan began, Yao Lao reminded him of one crucial thing. He must reach the semi-saint realm as soon as possible. In just 3 years, the pure lotus demon flame, one of the most terrifying heavenly flames, would appear. If Xiao Yan failed to grow strong enough, he'd never have the power to subdue it. Xiao Yan knew this all too well. The pure lotus demon flame was the ultimate goal he had chased for over a decade, something he could never give up on. Then suddenly, Xiao Yan remembered something. He retrieved a jade bottle from his storage ring. Sealed inside was none other than Han Feng's soul, the traitorous disciple who once betrayed Yao Lao and led to his death. Xiao Yan handed the bottle to his teacher, asking Yao Lao to deal with this betrayal himself. But even now, Han Feng's soul was filled with malice. The moment he appeared, he dared to attack Yao Lao again. Yet this time, there was no escape. With a single strike, Yao Lao obliterated Han Feng's soul completely, erasing his existence from the world. Han Feng had once been like a son to him. Yao Lao had taught him everything he knew. But that betrayal had left a wound that never truly healed. Now, with Han Feng's destruction, that painful chapter was finally closed. Afterward, Xiao Yan entered secluded cultivation. For 2 years, he trained in silence, and during that time, the world outside changed dramatically. The Soul Palace, surprisingly, did not seek immediate revenge. Under the joint leadership of Yao Lao and Feng Zunjie, Xingyun Pavilion grew stronger than ever before. Especially when the news spread that Yao Lao could refine the Bodhi pill, countless peak Dou Zun experts came seeking breakthroughs. Many of them chose to join Xingyun Pavilion as guest elders, willingly offering allegiance just for a chance at that pill. With so many powerhouses gathered, the strength of Xingyun Pavilion skyrocketed, rivaling even old sects like Tianming sect itself. Naturally, that success drew enemies. Tianming sect grew jealous and soon joined hands with Glacier Valley and Fenglai Pavilion, forming the so-called Minghe Alliance. Their goal was simple: crush Xingyun Pavilion before it rose any higher. When the war broke out, the alliance's strength was overwhelming, yet Yao Lao's brilliance turned the tide. Instead of reckless fighting, he strategically pulled back, reinforcing key cities and connecting them through spatial channels. This created a linked defense system so strong that even the alliance's combined assault failed to break through. After months of costly fighting, the Minghe Alliance could only retreat, their morale shattered. That victory made Xingyun Pavilion's reputation soar. To hold its own against several great sects at once was something rarely seen in Zhongzhou. Ironically, even though the alliance gained a bit of territory, they ended up helping Xingyun Pavilion become a household name. But peace never lasts long in this world. A terrifying piece of news soon spread across Zhongzhou. The Spirit Clan, one of the 8 ancient races, had vanished. When the Spirit Realm reopened, it was completely empty. Millions of its people, including their descendants, had mysteriously disappeared without a trace. The major clans sent experts to investigate, yet found no clues. Theories spread like wildfire. Some claimed the Spirit Clan had been exterminated. Others believed they'd fled to another dimension. But among the ancient races, a darker rumor circulated, that someone was collecting the 8 fragments of the Tuasha ancient Emperor Jade, the relics once divided among the 8 clans after their ancient war. If that rumor was true, the Spirit Clan's disappearance could only mean one thing. Someone had started hunting the clans for their pieces. Suspicion immediately fell upon the 2 most powerful races, the Gu clan and the Soul clan. Both had the might to make an entire ancient race vanish quietly. Even the other clans, though lacking proof, began increasing their vigilance, fearing they might be next. Then, one day, Cai Lin arrived before Yao Lao holding a blood-red scroll, a declaration of war from the Styx Alliance. They threatened to attack Xingyun Pavilion in just half a month. Yao Lao was immediately wary. The enemy knew he was a high-level semi-saint, yet still dared to provoke him. Clearly, something wasn't right. He swiftly ordered all elders to return and the defenses of every key city to be strengthened. The atmosphere grew tense, the entire pavilion was on high alert. And soon, the fated day arrived. On a towering mountain outside the main pavilion, countless Xingyun Pavilion experts stood ready for battle. The air was heavy with killing intent. Then, without warning, a massive spatial rift tore open in the sky. A chilling, oppressive aura poured out like a flood, and a thunderous voice echoed across the land. Yao Chen, after all these years, I hope you've been well. From that tear in space, countless figures emerged, filling the sky in an instant. At their head stood a man in gray robes, his youthful face shadowed with ancient weariness. None other than Tianming Old Demon, the ancestor of the Tianming sect himself. The 2 longtime rivals met once again, their words sharp as blades. Yao Lao quickly noticed that this time, the Minghe Alliance had sent everything they had, nearly 100 powerhouses, half of them at the Dou Sheng level. And leading them, Tianming Old Demon, a high-level semi-saint whose aura alone could make the heavens tremble. On the battlefield suspended high above Xingyun Pavilion, tension reached its breaking point. The Tianming Old Demon didn't waste a moment. His terms were direct and outrageous. He demanded that Xingyun Pavilion retreat 1,000 miles from the Minghe League's territory, and swear never to oppose them again. Such arrogance immediately enraged everyone present. Cai Lin stepped forward, her voice cold and sharp as she rebuked the demand. Wishful thinking! Yao Lao, standing calmly in the center, simply shook his head. With a flick of his sleeve, he refused without hesitation, and in that instant, the long-prepared formation roared to life. Pillars of battle energy erupted skyward, weaving into a massive glowing curtain that sealed off the entire battlefield, trapping the members of the Styx Alliance within. But the Tianming Old Demon only smiled, a chilling, knowing grin. The air twisted again, and 2 new figures emerged from the warping space, each radiating an icy, oppressive aura. When Yao Lao sensed those familiar presences, his expression instantly darkened. The mist cleared, revealing none other than Guyu, the second heavenly venerable of the Soul Palace, with another junior semi-saint at his side. In that moment, the realization struck, the enemy now had 3 semi-saints. The elders of Xingyun Pavilion went pale, their hearts sinking as the weight of the situation crashed down upon them. With mocking pride, Tianming Old Demon once again asked if Yao Lao would reconsider his earlier offer. But there was no backing down now. With no path to compromise, the only choice left was to fight to the death. Yao Lao's eyes hardened like steel. The old demon's grin widened. Since you refuse, he sneered, I'll turn Xingyun Pavilion into a river of blood. Guyu laughed coldly beside him, adding that they would take this chance to harvest the souls of the strong, gifts for the Soul Palace's dark rituals. With 3 semi-saints united, they were certain victory was in their grasp. But Yao Lao was no fool. In an instant, he issued his command. He would take on Tianming Old Demon and Guyu by himself, while Cai Lin, Qing Lin, and Xiao Yixian would face the junior semi-saint from the Soul Palace. It was an incredibly dangerous division of forces, but Yao Lao knew the truth. If he didn't hold the enemy's top fighters here, the entire battle would collapse. Cai Lin and the others were worried, but they understood. There was no turning back now. With a deep breath, Yao Lao vanished from his position, reappearing before the two semi-saint powerhouses. Their clash erupted like thunder, shaking heaven and earth. The battle of three semi-saints began, and the sheer destructive power was beyond imagination. Space itself cracked and collapsed around them, and every collision sent shockwaves tearing through the skies. The intensity was unlike anything the onlookers had ever seen. Meanwhile below, the Soul Palace's Tian San Zun targeted the battlefield beneath. As he prepared to strike, a massive burst of colorful scales descended from the heavens. Cai Lin, transformed into her seven-colored heaven-swallowing python form, crashed down like a divine beast, blocking his path. At the same time, the poisonous Dou Qi of Xiao Yixian and the illusionary phantom serpent summoned by Qing Lin surged forward to join the fight. Even as a semi-saint, Tian San Zun felt the pressure from their combined assault. Yet his speed was frightening. In a flash, he appeared before Qing Lin, shattering the Dou Zun she controlled with a single palm. Enraged, the three women surrounded him again, but Tian San Zun merely sneered, unleashing a wave of Dou Qi that split the ground apart. Back above, the sky had become a storm of chaos. Yao Lao fought desperately against two opponents of equal rank. Though his heavenly soul realm gave him unmatched spiritual strength, the burden of fending off both Tianming Old Demon and Guyu began to show. His defenses wavered, the space around them shattered like glass under the weight of their power. The elders of Xingyun Pavilion could only watch in horror. Tianming Old Demon laughed mockingly as he saw Yao Lao's exhaustion setting in, though deep inside, he was unsettled, because he realized that if it were a one-on-one fight, he might not have stood a chance against Yao Lao's soul power. Guyu, however, saw this as his opportunity. The thought of such a powerful soul master living on filled him with killing intent. He had to destroy this man today, no matter the cost. Their combined attacks grew fiercer, and while Yao Lao fought valiantly, his focus faltered when he noticed the crisis unfolding below. Cai Lin's serpent form was badly wounded, her colorful scales dimming as blood dripped down her body. Xiao Yixian was sent flying, coughing blood, while Qing Lin, struggling to hold her formation, was smashed aside by a brutal punch. That split second of distraction was all it took. Guyu struck like lightning, slamming his palm into Yao Lao's back. The blow sent him crashing from the skies, blood spraying through the air as he smashed into the square below, carving a massive crater into the stone. Tianming Old Demon and Guyu descended slowly, cruel smiles on their faces. Victory seemed certain, they prepared to deliver the final blow. But just then, the entire star realm began to shake. From the distant mountains behind Xingyun Pavilion, a thunderous explosion ripped through the air. A green peak burst apart into dust, and from within the ruins, an ocean of blazing flames erupted, devouring everything in its path. The firestorm rolled across the land like the wrath of heaven itself. Then, from within the inferno, a voice echoed, cold, powerful, and filled with killing intent. Anyone not of Xingyun Pavilion will die. The sound alone made the hearts of every Soul Palace and Minghe Alliance member freeze in terror. As the flames raged, a terrifying aura spread across the battlefield, one so overwhelming that even the three semi-saints felt their souls tremble. Tianming Old Demon's eyes went wide. Guyu's face twisted in disbelief. Both could only utter the same trembling words. Dou Sheng. Their voices shook. Impossible, how can it be? But the truth was undeniable. From the heart of that world-devouring fire, the figure of Xiao Yan slowly stepped forward, reborn, transcendent, and radiant with the unmistakable aura of a true fighting saint. The legend of Xiao Yan, the Flame Emperor, had just entered a new chapter.